The Late Night with Bobby Tyler Show. Late Night with Bobby Tyler Show. Late Night with Bobby Tyler Show. Late Night Bobby Tyler Show. Late Night with Bobby Tyler Show. Late Night with Bobby Tyler Show. Late Night with Bobby Tyler Show. Filmed in the Napa Valley TV studios. Whoa, yeah. Ha! That's it. Gotcha.
Ha! Welcome to the Late Night with Bobby Tyler Show. I'm your host, Bobby Tyler, and we have a super show for you tonight. We have on Creature Features producer, the producer from Creature Features, Tom Wyrsch, will be here via satellite. And I just want to tell you, DMX died, so rest in peace, and Prince Philip had died, rest in peace. I thought if he's married to the Queen, wouldn't he be the king, And, like Joe Biden's the president. So Joe Biden's dog is Biden, everybody, and he won't stop, So, that's Uncle Joe. He's a moving kind of slow at the White House, President's White House. They can't get that dog to stop Biden people. So over at the White House, So a few days ago, part of that stimulus package came in, maybe 6 months late, $600 short, right? So they're planning on another one. It's going to be $1,000, so it's going to be half price today only, right? His dog's Biden, major, because he's a major pain in the ass, literally, right? That dog. Speaking of animals, squirrels, right? Squirrels are most indecisive animals on God's green earth. They're like, should I cross the street? Okay, yeah. Wait, no. Oh, wait, go back. Too late. And then they're dead. They're dead meat, right? They can find an acorn they buried in the garden a year ago, but they can't find the other side of the street. So I think that's just God's way of taking out the weak ones. So, but 95%, come on, that's a lot of population, right? Monkeys are more evolved. Now agnostics believe in nothing, which is a belief. And atheists think that man came from apes. But I'm saying apes came from man, because I'm telling you, it's just the opposite, right? Think about it. Apes, they never have to shave, right? Perfect. They never have to get a haircut or a manicure or a monkey cure, I guess. And it's not because the hair shops have been closed for a year and a quarter either. No, it's because it just stops at the perfect length, They don't need dating apps, right? But I do, I'm going to start, right? Yeah, because I went through McDonald's drive-thru the other day, right? So I'm going through and the girl says, well, would there be anything else? And I'm like, yeah, like 3 more pandemics, right? No, I say, I need your McNumber, right? So, she gave it to me. It's on the receipt. It said 1-800-McDonald's, right? I'm like, oh, great. And I'm like, hey, you know what? I finally called that 1-800-McSlut for real, honest, after 30 years. Guess what? It's Hot Women Talk Now, $1.95 a minute or something, right? Try it. They got big butts too, My baby's mama's from South Central. She's got a big butt, but she had 6 kids, so her butt looks like a zebra's, right? There's stretch marks, so it's like white stripe, black stripe, white stripe, black stripe, white stripe, like a baby black widow. And then, it's like, butt got big, butt got little, butt got big, butt got, yeah. And she's like 97 pounds soaking wet, right? So, and why do they say soaking wet, right? Do you go to the doctor and he said, okay, step on the scale. Okay, now take this bucket, all right. Now dump it over your head. Oh, yep, 97 pounds. Oh, that's it. Yep. So she was public enema number 1 in Southern California. And I live in Southern California off and on, most of the time. And I'm an actor, but someday I would like to be a waiter. Anyway, I want to introduce my first guest to the day, Tom Wyrsch, all the way from Creature Features. Oh yeah, that's the ticket. Check it out. Ooh, welcome to the show. Tom, how you doing?
I'm doing good. How?
I'm okay. Yeah. I'm good. So you are the producer of Creature Features and some I'm so nervous around you. Now, some paranormal documentaries as well.
That's
right?
true.
Yes, yes.
Uh, yeah, no, actually, I am, and was good friends with Bob WIlkins and John Stanley. John Stanley's still around, of course, and we see each other often. But I actually started with Creature Features as their front guy, finding conventions for them and shows and stuff like that. And that's really how I got into documentaries, was because at the shows like WonderCon and stuff like that, people would come up and ask questions about the show. And I said to Bob one time that someone should make a documentary about Creature Features. And the usual Bob Wilkins style, he turned to me and says, "Well, why don't you make it?" You know?
Yeah, that was going to be my first question. Bob Wilkins, start 1971, right? And on TV, and we'd watch that show, Saturday night, right? It's like,
That's right.
They'd show some horror movies, and he said, horror movies keeps America strong and stuff. Had a big cigar and the glasses, and stuff. Now, did they shoot that? And he died, rest in peace, in 2009,
Right.
at age 76. Did they shoot that in Berkeley at a castle or something, or?
Yeah, actually, it was shot at KTVU's studio in Oakland, Jack London Square.
I've been there. Yeah.
Right. And it was the old KTVU that they moved when John actually took over the show shortly after in '79. They moved to a new building. But Bob shot at the old KTVU. And he would go in on Thursdays, and they would shoot the show on Thursday that would run on Saturday nights.
Oh, yeah, I didn't know they moved, because I went down there and we shot. He interviewed me, Ross McGowan, from Channel 2, KTVU,
Right.
like 6 in the morning. So we had to get up at 4 in the morning here in Napa and drive down, So, but yeah, I didn't know they had moved. Yeah, the one they have now is just right by the waterfront, right? Pretty close, yeah.
Yeah. They were at Jack London Square all the way along, but they were in an older building in the 50s, 60s. 70s.
Oh wow. Yeah, I liked it. I like the new building. It's nice. So. Yeah, and then the present host and co-host is Vincent Van Dahl.
Right.
And Tangella.
Correct.
Right.
And Livingston.
Yeah. Mr. Livingston, I presume. Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
That's right.
They're great. Yeah. And he's from England?
Correct.
Yeah. A has-been rock star, kind of like an Ozzy Osbourne type.
Right. Yeah,
he's cool.
Exactly.
Leather and the hair. Of course, my COVID hair is almost like that now, right? So yeah. And if let me see, if Tangella calls in sick or anything, I think I could go ahead and replace her, because I got the wig,
There you go.
So yeah. So if she ever calls in sick, let me know. I'll fill in, right? Yeah. So how long has Vincent been doing this show?
Well, we started the show in 2006, I believe. Yeah, 2000. Well, no, not 6. 2016 is when we started the new Creature Features, and we've done 227 weeks now. 227
episodes in
That's
like 6-7 years. That's incredible. Congratulations. Yeah. The 227th episode of Creature Features, the new style, is out, and that's quite a celebration. I mean, to reach that number, of episodes, So, and where are you at? Are you in Petaluma or?
Yes, I'm in Petaluma.
Okay. And do they shoot that show in Bodego Bay? Or
yes, at the house.
That's his house, that castle?
The Bolton. Yes, absolutely.
Nice.
So I have to drive out there once a week.
Who books the guests every week? Is that your job? You do that?
Vincent, I do find some.
Yeah.
I do find some people that I know, and then there's local people that will ask to be on the show, and so it's a mixture.
Yeah, because you got to get a guest every week, right? And stuff like that.
We do.
Yeah, yeah.
And we have 2 shows that we call Family Night, which is the group in the house, Tangella and Livingston and Vincent will do a show, and we call those Family Nights. But and they're pretty popular, because we can put in some different things that we can do when we can't do when the guest is there.
Right.
So.
Yeah, yeah, and I wish I had somebody book all my guests, and she never talks. I noticed, right? So.
That's right. Well, she does, but not on the show.
And yeah, but I mean, like the Marx Brothers, same thing. But exactly. Whose decision was that? Maybe say you be the silent partner.
Yeah, well, it's a character that formed. Vincent really is the one that put the show together with the characters. And there was a show that was done prior to it called House on the Hill that had the same characters. That was like a hour-long TV show that they shot in the mansion prior to Creature Features.
Oh. So he does. Vincent does some of the creative consultant work there.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah.
So he has a part in what's done and what's not done and what's said.
That's true.
I see.
Absolutely.
Well, that's pretty cool. You give him that little leeway, that little creative, freedom,
Right.
to. And then there was John Stanley.
Right.
Correct. Yeah. As well.
Yeah. John Stanley took over for Bob WIlkins because, Bob did the show from 71 to 79. And at the same time, he was doing the Captain Cosmic show, which was the space show that he did, the kids show that was on in the afternoon. And it was on every day.
I didn't know that. I didn't know about that show. I must have missed out.
Yeah, Captain Cosmic. And then he was doing the weekly show at Channel 40 at the same time in Sacramento. So he was basically doing 3 shows, and he just said he got tired. Yeah. And really wanted to get back into what he went to college for, which was advertising. Right. So he left the show and started his own advertising agency.
Nice.
And then John Stanley took over, and he picked John's replacement.
He handpicked him. Yeah.
That's right. And then John did the show for 5 more years until 1984. Okay. And then the show left the air at that point. So it was on for 14 years. Nice.
Speaking of 14, guy just held up a sign. See, we got 14 minutes. I'm like, what is that kid holding up that sign for? So that means we're halfway through, but we got plenty of time, So where were you born originally then?
Oh, I was born in San Francisco.
Yeah, Bay Area. Good.
Moved up here to Sonoma County as a young kid.
Yes.
And of course, got involved with my dad's Super 8 camera, making movies with Scotch tape and stuff when I was, in junior high. Yeah. And was always interested in film, but never really got into it until I started the documentaries in 2008.
Right.
And I did 10 in total. Probably the most popular ones and the most successful ones were the San Francisco historical ones I did on Playland at the Beach and Sutro Baths and the Cliff House.
Right, the Cliff House is important.
Yeah, they were the most popular. And then I was kind of not doing much for a year or so and wanted to do something on Sonoma County. Because I live here in Sonoma County, and that's when I decided to do Haunted Sonoma County, which was to tell the ghost stories of Sonoma County. So
I lived in a couple houses here in Napa that were just terrifying. I mean, scary. I mean, no one would believe it, right? A couple houses here in Napa. But I don't know what was going. Some kind of evil entity or something, right? So,
Right.
But for real, light bulbs would burst in the middle of the night when they weren't even turned on; they're turned off, and that would happen. I had to replace light bulbs all the time, right? And it's like something with light bulbs. I don't know why. So, but it's quite terrifying. But I mean, they weren't even turned on. So it's like some crazy stuff going on there.
Yeah, well, and Haunted Sonoma County did so well that I decided to expand to haunted wine country. So I did end up in Napa County and Sonoma County and Mendocino County with that film. And met a lot of ghost hunters and people that were just historians that had stories to tell. And the history of our area, Napa County, Sonoma County, goes way back, before the gold rush. And there's a lot of interesting stories.
A lot of history. You do producing. Do you also do any directing?
Yeah, well, that's what I did on all the documentaries that I made. That I wrote them and wrote the script and did the directing on them.
Oh, yeah.
The haunted films, I actually did the editing too.
Yeah. So you do editing like what, on Premiere Pro or
Final Cut Pro?
Which one?
Final Cut.
Final Cut. Yeah, you got the big bucks. No, that's what. that's nice, man. Yeah. I like editing, as well. How many years in the industry? I'd start out with my grandmother's little camera from the 50s, and start shooting in the late 60s with that, and you crank it up, How long you been doing stuff in the industry? Like you said, junior high, probably, you kind of got the ambition for it.
Started with the Super 8, and then I took some classes at the local JC on film, and we shot 16 millimeter mag sound, and edited properly with the editing tools and stuff, and learned a lot there. But then I was worked for a large distribution company out of New Jersey that had a huge warehouse here in Petaluma. So I was there for 17 years. And it wasn't until I left then is when I really got back into making the first film. And that was the one on Creature Features called Watch Horror Films, Keep America Strong, which is Bob's slogan.
Yeah.
And, and that was kind of like, I made the film, it was fun, and that's enough of that. But then you kind of get the urge as to whether, you could do it again. And that's when I made the Playland at the Beach one, the San Francisco amusement park. And it was huge. I mean, every one of my films plays in theaters first and then goes to DVD. And but Playland was just, it played for a year in San Francisco and still is being shown in different places. So that was big.
Right. Yeah. Is that a Star Trek hat?
It is.
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like the old original Star Trek.
Yeah, well, I made a documentary called Back to Space Con, which is the 70s sci-fi conventions that were done here in the Bay Area, San Francisco and Oakland. They were called Space Con, and they were huge, and new. I mean, they were before WonderCon or Comic Con or anything like that. So, so I got this Star Trek thing, and Bob WIlkins really was a fan of Star Trek.
Right. Yeah. What's it? Captain Kirk. Bill. Yeah, Bill. He came into this shop in Southern California where I worked one time. Worked veterans assistant. He brought in his Doberman pinschers one time. Yeah.
Right.
Mr. Shatner. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. He's pretty cool. I guess, he seems to be, so, now, well, so you got Bob WIlkins, Tangella, Vincent Van Dahl, John Stanley. How about, when are you going to hire me to host some kind of a show for you?
You'll have to just come over and watch a show and see if you want to do it.
Yeah. Yeah, you could dial me in for some kind of a different talk show host. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just playing. But yeah. So if you had a superpower, speaking of Star Trek, right, which superpower would you choose to be? I mean,
Oh, the superpower.
Like invisible? Would you want to be? Would you want to be able to read people's minds? You want to be able to the strongest man in the world, fly a little bit? What would be cool for you?
Read people's minds.
Crazy question, I know, but yeah.
Yeah. How about read people's minds? Absolutely.
Read people's minds. That would make things much easier for everybody. Right? Yeah. And so you were born in San Francisco, right? And you just stayed in the Bay Area most of this time, basically?
I have. I did have job offers when I worked for the big company back in the East Coast and stuff, but always said, no, I want to stay here, Why would you want to go to the East Coast?
It's freezing. I mean, they're probably still in snow right now, right? And everything, So we probably
it actually was a lot of fun making the documentaries because I would go to the theaters at the premieres and be there for a lot of the showings and stuff. And everybody recognized the last name because the Wyrsch family's been in San Francisco since the early 1900s.
Is that right?
So I would have people come up and say, "Hey, I'm your fifth cousin or something
right?
like that."
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. We've only been here since '68 in the Bay Area. From Southern Cal.
Yeah.
Now, what is that picture? What is that picture on the wall up behind you? Is that Lon Chaney Jr. or is that up on the wall behind you? Who is that?
One right.
Yeah, up above you there. Who is that? Who is that guy?
That's Christopher Lee and it's Peter Cushing's and Christopher Lee.
Oh, Peter Cushing.
It was painted by Victoria Carlson.
Nice.
Who was in the Hammer films. We had her at one of our shows. She signed
really?
to it.
Nice. Yeah. She was a guest then.
She was a guest. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Nice.
And she was on Creature Features too. So we had her here locally, and then we took her down to the convention. So she was really happy with the way we treated her. So she signed that to my wife and I.
That is cool. Yeah. Hammer Pictures. Yeah.
Yeah. So.
And then Peter Cushing. Yeah. And Christopher Lee. I like Peter Loring too. That guy was pretty scary.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. So we got a few minutes left. He's holding up a sign. He said we got 5 minutes left. So what we'll do is, I got 1,000 followers on Instagram right now, which is more than anybody, than any celebrity ever. Wait a minute. What's that? Millions? Oh, wait. No, I guess I don't have 1,000 followers on Instagram. It's not that many yet. They just told me. So, do you have any, where do you go on vacation when you go on vacation?
Hawaii's the best place for me.
Nice. I was born there. Yeah. Before it was a state, because you and I are both baby boomers.
Right.
But you look so young, I mean, my God.
Right.
Yeah, but you've been taking vitamins or something, man. You've been exercising. I could tell.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Your health is number one, right? If you don't have that, you don't have anything else. So basically,
that's
right?
Yeah.
Yep.
So.
Hawaii. Yeah, that's where I was born, and which we got a couple minutes left. Do you have any shout outs you want to do to like Vincent Van Dahl or Tangella or Mr. Livingston, I presume,
Yeah, a couple of things. I mean, if people should watch the show, they can see it on YouTube on the Creature Features channel, and most of the episodes are still up there, and they premiere every Saturday night at 9.
Now, Saturday night at 9 on what channel and what call letters?
It's on channel 20.
Channel 20.
In San Francisco. But
KFTY, or not KFTY, I'm sorry. Go ahead. KOFY, right? Coffee.
Yes.
Yeah.
Coffee.
Sorry.
And then they can watch it on YouTube.
Right.
Okay. We premiere on YouTube and Vimeo.
Mm-hmm.
And so,
Vimeo.
And then they can go back and see older episodes. They're all up there. So
online.
A lot of the games we had and the movies are there. So
now, what time on Saturday night on KOFY, Channel 20, Coffee, in the Bay Area? What time does that on Saturday night? What time does that air?
9 p.m.
9 p.m. till midnight, or
what? Actually, till 11.
Till 11. Okay.
Yeah.
Got it.
2 hours.
Yeah.
Right.
So all you guys out there in TV land, well, So this guy's holding up a little sign here, you know. He says wrap it up or something, and I'm like, not okay. So any other shout outs real quick?
Yeah. If they want to find out more about my films and stuff, they can go to GarfieldLaneProductions.com.
GarfieldLaneProductions.com.
Correct.
Camera one, camera. And if you need any extra, that's the website, right?
That's my website.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I want to thank you for being a guest on the show today, Tom. And it's an honor to me. This is the producer of Creature Features right here, ladies and gentlemen. And I want to thank you once again for being on the show. And I'll shoot this out to you pretty quick.
Great. Thank you for having me.
Thanks for being here. All right.
All right. Bye-bye.
Thank you so much. And I got a little outro right about here. You know, go ahead and subscribe to the YouTube channel, which is down here in the corner, right? And subscribe to Tom Wyrsch, the producer of Creature Features YouTube channel. Check his website too. You know, it doesn't cost anything, right? So I also want to thank my TV audience, Napa Valley audience. You are the best. Yeah. And so also, we do have these headshots for everybody. We're going to be autographing later on tonight. And we got a free car for everybody in the live TV studio audience. Not a very big car, but and I know we're not supposed to have TV audiences very big right now, not huge ones, you know, because of the epidemic, and it is epic, right? So I want to thank all you Tylerians out there for making this possible, and also all you people out here in TV land. Be sure to watch Ty. Comes on right after this show, okay? And then as soon as that's over, the television comedy hour will be on. So we're running from like 10 o'clock till about midnight, 1 o'clock in the morning. I don't know, something like that, right? So pretty much follow us on social media, and God bless you and yours. And pretty much we are out of here. Thanks to Creature Features. Yeah.
Yes, to the Late Night with Bobby Tyler show. Stay in touch. Transportation provided by Rolls Royce, Cadillac, Lincoln, and Mercedes-Benz. The Late Night with Bobby Tyler show is brought to you by Auto City, on Sosco by the railroad tracks, Audio House right next door, Napa Gold and Silver on Jefferson Street, by Burger King, where kids are king, Emmy Lou's Diner, right in the River Park Shopping Center, Polish Nails and Spa by Jamba Juice, Knob Hill, not the Snob Hill, Doc's Trophy Shop on Jefferson Street, across from McDonald's, Hair in Motion on Solano, between Lincoln and Pueblo, Sal the Flower Guy next to Napa High on Jefferson Street, Dr. Frazier on Jefferson Street. Follow us on TikTok, You Don't Stop, at Tyler Mall 2, TYLER MAUL 2. Late Night with Bobby Tyler show was filmed in the Napa Valley TV studios in Napa, California. Oh yeah. Craft services provided by Small World Restaurant, 928 Coon Street in Napa. Mr. Tyler's Hair and Makeup by Hair in Motion on Solano. Mr. Tyler's Wardrobe provided by Yo Mama. Have gall trying to glimpse the teeth. They stand tall or crawl to get next to me. I'm tall them all, going down in history. Standing tall, and it's no mystery. I don't fall, the future is just for me. Baby doll, fame and fortune is first, you see. I don't stall, Niagara Falls flows the sea. I'm the baddest damn rapper that there ever could be. Tell them all, and I don't stall. You know the words just flow like Niagara Falls. Tell them all, I'm having a ball, leave a message, baby. Maybe I'll call. Tell them all, and I don't stall. You know the words just flow like Niagara Falls. Tell them all, I'm having a ball, leave a message, baby.
baby, oh, come on. The T is for tremendous, the Y, why not? The L is for lucky, the E for excellent. The R is for royal, cause that's what I am. So come on everybody and bump this jam. The pecker wood, more wood than woodpeckers. Checking the mic, cause I'm the mic checker. All you party people dress so fine, I'm about to entertain you and blow your mind. Tell 'em all.